So, guys, Donald Trump and the United States are not playing. They are not after Kwankwaso. After Kwankwaso made this particular statement, I'm going to show you what happened. Kwankwaso wanted to come and say Nigeria is a sovereign nation, this and that and that and that. Donald Trump and the congressmen had to dig up what Kwankwaso did in Kano State. That he was one of the people that actually implemented and signed that particular Sharia law in Kano State. I've kept on lamenting here that any sensible country would know that it is an aberration and it is illegal for a secular country like Nigeria to have Sharia law. Let me show you what the Kwankwaso said that got the response of Donald Trump and his allies. In fact, I am very 100% sure that they've blacklisted him and is among the people that the United States is going to give visa ban and some other sanctions. Now, let me show you first of all what Kwankwaso said and the response he got from the US. Then we'll talk about how Soludo of Anambra State came out to embarrass himself because in supporting Bala Tinubu, he started saying that in the Southeast that Christians are killing Christians, that Donald Trump should come to the Southeast and all that. You could imagine, just because of political affiliations, he's trying to dispel the fact that there is Christian genocide, especially in the Middle Belt and some other northern areas. Then he's trying to bring in some useless narrative that is not even coherent with the subject matter, just to downplay the Christian genocide that is actually happening in the Middle Belt and other areas. And again, I'm going to show you, as a matter of fact, what P2B said and how P2B's response to this particular, Trump's, threat to, invade the country to eliminate terrorists, caused a lot of trouble yesterday. He released the statement and many people don't even know where he stands, whether he stands for Trump or whether he's standing for the so-called, Bola Tinubu's government. We are going to dissect all these things here. Meanwhile, let me start with Kwankwaso's statement that actually put him in trouble yesterday. It's better this time around to keep short than implicating yourself. Now he has implicated himself. Now, Kwankwaso wrote, I have noted with increasing concern the heightened pronouncements on Nigeria by President Donald Trump. This follows his designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. That it is important to emphasize that our country is a sovereign nation whose people face different threats from outlaws across the country. That the insecurity we face does not distinguish based on religious, ethnic, or political beliefs. That the United States should assist the Nigerian authorities with better cutting-edge technology to tackle these problems rather than posing a threat that could further polarize our country. Look at people. The United States did not pose a threat to Nigeria. They said that the Nigerian government should do the needful, or else that they themselves is going to come out to eliminate the terrorists, the Islamic terrorists. They did not say they are coming to fight anybody or even fight the Muslims or even our leader. That they are going to come specifically to eliminate the Islamic terrorists. But look at what Kwankwaso is saying, that they are posing a threat that could further polarize our country. That means some of them are terrorist sympathizers and they are happy with these terrorist activities going on in the northern part. They said that the Nigerian government should also consider appointing a special envoy from its distinguished diplomats to engage the American government. Additionally, it is necessary to appoint permanent ambassadors to represent Nigeria's interests on the international stage. To my fellow countrymen, this is an important moment where we should emphasize unity of belonging over division. God bless Nigeria. Rabbi Musa Kwankwaso. Now, this particular message got to the United States. Donald Trump and his congressmen had to dig up what this particular man, Kwankwaso, did. Now, Riley Moore, who is one of the congressmen that Donald Trump instructed to undertake this particular case of Christian genocide in a country, replied Kwankwaso and said, Governor, he even knew that he was the past governor. That means they have all the receipts about what Kwankwaso did. He said, Governor, do you care to comment on your own complicity in the death of Christians? You instituted Sharia law. You signed the law that makes so-called blasphemy punishable by death. They brought out, look at this particular Riley attached this particular document. Kano introduces full Sharia law. The Kano, Northern Nigerian most populous state, is due to bring in the Islamic legal code, Sharia, into effect from Sunday. That the governor of Kano State, Rabbi Kwankwaso, has been under tremendous pressure to follow the examples of several other northern Nigerian states in introducing a complete Sharia code. One thing I love about the US is that before they come out to accuse you of anything, they must have done their due diligence. They must have gathered enough receipts. In fact, they've already gathered enough receipts. They've already gathered every other thing to start implementing it. So any other narrative that the Nigerian government is trying to change will not change their mind, or public paint will not change their mind. because most of them have actually done their due diligence. In fact, some of them have been carrying out these particular investigations for over a decade now, but the Nigerian people and the Nigerian government will not know. So coming out suddenly to say there is no Christian genocide, meanwhile, these people have documented for over decades the systematic persecution of Christians, especially in the northern part. So there is nothing you can come up now to tell them that they don't know. They have the information. Look at Rabbi Kwankwaso. How many people thought that these people might have this receipt or evidence that Kwankwaso was among the people that supported or implemented a law that puts death for blasphemy? So they had to bring it up for him, and definitely he has been blacklisted already. In fact, he's one of the people that have been blacklisted. So the United States is going to definitely push a sanction for him. Like I said, many of them are actually scared. If you keep on wondering, why is the Nigerian Constitution having such Sharia penal code and all that? A country claimed to be a secular country. At the end of the day, you allow such nonsense clauses to be in part of the Constitution, which is what Nnamdi Kanu and some more agitators are saying, that this is not supposed to be so. That the 1999 Constitution is already flawed. You can't have a Constitution that accepts such kind of extreme view or public extreme law. When someone insults Muhammad, you honor life, which is not right. You honor life him, and the funny thing or the annoying thing is that the northern leaders will not do anything. Look at the killers of the border. How many of them have been apprehended, or probably how many of them have actually been prosecuted publicly? Nobody knows them, but most of them appeared on television. Their identity is not hidden, but some of them are being shielded and protected by these particular northern leaders, and they expect people to keep quiet. Meanwhile, the systematic persecution of Christians continue. Many people saying that there is no persecution of Christians. Most of them are speaking from a place of comfort. I've said it yesterday in my video. If you've not watched, you can go back. Most of them are speaking from Lekki or Abuja, from places or from estates that are secured. So they don't care if the people in Middle Belt or probably some other northern part, their communities are being sacked and systematically they are being chased away because of their faith in Christ, which literally absolutely makes no sense. Well, I told you guys that what is his name? The Mumu will have in Anambra State being governor, Charles Soludo, because he's supporting Bola Tinubu, came out immediately and said that Donald Trump, that had it been the time they were saying Black Lives Matter, that did Nigeria invade US to come and save black lives. Then he went ahead to say that when you come to the Southeast, that Christians are the ones killing Christians in the Southeast, that Donald Trump, why didn't Donald Trump come to the Southeast to redeem some of the Christians killing Christians? Look at the narrative some of our evil politicians are painting because of your political affiliation. You are trying to dispel a fact that people in the Middle Belt are being unalive simply because of their faith. What will you call it? It's not genocide. It's genocide. But the Nigerian government and the Nigerian politicians are trying to paint this thing to look as if it is general killing. What is general killing? People kill for different reasons. So if people are persecuting and killing these ones because of their faith, it is Christian genocide. There are different kinds of genocide. There is ethnic genocide that is actually happening in the country. There is Christian genocide too. And you don't expect these people that are being persecuted on a daily basis to keep short, or because of political affiliations, or probably you don't want to provoke the government, or probably paint the government of the day bad, or probably give them a bad image or reputation. It makes no sense. People are being killed on a daily basis, and you expect them to play politics with their life. People are chased away from their ancestral homes, and these Fulani militia groups and Islamic extremists occupy their lands, and the government never or do not go there to take back those lands from them. Rather, the government engages in negotiations with them. But look at how shameful Charles Soludo is, because you want to always be a fan of Bola Tinubu and all that. You are playing politics with people's life. Even as a Christian, he is. What brought what is actually even happening in the Southeast to what the United States is actually talking about? Well, one good thing about the United States, like I said earlier in the beginning of this particular video, is that they've already gathered their facts. So nothing is going to change them. Nothing is going to deceive them. You're not going to deceive them with this kind of a stupid narrative that this is actually happening in the Southeast. Why are they? You're not going to deceive them with such narrative. They already gathered their points, their facts, their figures, and every other thing. And they did these investigations for more than a decade or 10 years now. So they know what they are saying. Another one, P2B equally came out today, because many of these APC thugs and Abado people have been saying, why is P2B silent? Why is it that P2B has not said anything yet? That P2B this, P2B that, P2B this, P2B that. P2B yesterday released a masterclass response to what's actually going on in the country. Now let me read so you can see what P2B said. P2B said that the recent pronouncement by the United States government declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern, CPC, and indicating possible military action should give every meaning Nigerian serious concern. There is no doubt that Nigeria is experiencing an unprecedented level of insecurity with attendant carnage and the most shocking loss of lives and property. According to Amnesty International, over 10,000 people have been killed in Nigeria since May 2023. And as I have repeatedly lamented the unwarranted and unprovoked killing of Nigerians in most condemnable, and all efforts must be made to bring it to a stop, it is equally important to state that the terrible situation is significantly avoidable with competent leadership and governance, which is what Bola Tinubu's government has failed to do. Now, why the insecurity did not start with the present government, what is most unfortunate is the lack and absence of competence, commitment, prudent use of resources, patriotism, and passion on the part of APC and APC-led government/leaders to effectively govern, galvanize, and lead Nigeria where no one is unwarrantedly oppressed and killed. That a nation where peace, truth, and justice reign. As democracies, Nigeria and the US have been strategic partners committed to regional peace and security. That relationship should not falter. To be emphasized that the relationship between US and Nigeria should not falter. The present situation calls for constructive diplomatic and any other plausible engagement by both nations aimed at addressing the prevailing and disturbing security concerns. That both countries must work in concert and expeditiously towards that purpose. P2B. So you can see, P2B's statement is neither for nor against. He highlighted that truly there is persecution, there is killings in the country. He equally highlighted the weakness of the government, which has led to the escalation of this particular case, and equally emphasized that the relationship between US and the country should not be broken. So he spoke wisely and made sure that he did not indict or probably implicate himself, just like Kwankwaso implicated himself with his careless utterance. Well, I'll let you guys drop your comments in the comment section. Do well to subscribe if you enjoy what we do here, and tell me what you think about this comment and this comment P2B and Kwankwaso made, and the contrast between them, and what you think about the US threat to Nigeria. See you guys later.